Hello everyone and welcome to our Pipedrive series. Today we're going to be talking about how we create a contact, either a person or an organization, straight away when we create a due. So let's not waste time, let's go straight in. I'll see you there. So here we go. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, as I mentioned before. Today we're going to create contacts straight when we create a due. So we can create a contact in Pipedrive either directly creating a person or creating an organization, but we don't have to do all those steps. We can create a due and then straight away add the contact as a person or as an organization straight away. So here, that's my Pipedrive, my pipeline, direct sales, and in here I have this button where I can create a due straight away. I can either create a due from this button in here. Pipedrive has this nice button over here, which I can create an individual item, so a lead, a due, an activity, create a person with the contact, or an organization. Okay, but today what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a due straight away from here. What I'm gonna do is before creating a due, I'm gonna open my settings here, so company settings. If you are an admin user, and you're gonna see why, I'm gonna open this in here, and then we're gonna go on data fields. Okay, so on data fields is where I can manage the custom fields that we have in Pipedrive, and I'm gonna leave this tab open because I'm gonna show you something when we are creating our organization, our person, and the due. So if I go back to my pipeline, and we go and we're gonna create a due. Okay. Once this nice pop-up opens, okay, in here I have the option to or search for a contact in my database, okay, or create straight away a new person. So let's say that I create Greg. Okay, Pipedrive is gonna search for a name. Okay, does exists already in my database or not? Okay, if not, well, Greg Tavelli, is that Greg Tavelli? No, it's not. So is Greg Brown. Do I have Greg Brown in my database? No, I don't. So I can just add as a new contact. Okay, we can see in here this little flag, this little label as a new. Okay, and then does Greg Brown works for an organization? We can straight away create in here. So let's say BLC Conseil. If there is a BLC Conseil, okay, Pipedrive is going to populate for you. You can choose the organization, but let's say that is not BLC Conseil, it is BLC Conseil, but let's say it is a branch and is in Paris. Okay, as the Paris branch doesn't exist, Pipedrive also is going to create that for me. So we can see in here we have a person, okay, contact, and an organization as a new items to my database. Okay, title of my due, okay, BLC Conseil Paris due can be. Pipedrive is going to already add this for you. You can add a value for the due. Okay, you don't have to, but if you have already an idea of the business that you work, or you know which market you work, and you have an idea of your product already, you can already kind of add the value of the due, if it's in euros or the currency that you are working with. Okay, and then we are gonna see the pipeline. So in which pipeline am I gonna create this due? Okay, so if you have more than one, you can choose. So for example, I'm gonna create in the direct sales and also the stage. Okay, is in the first stage. This little green label is gonna indicate the stage that I wanted to create. And then the first stage, second stage, third stage. Okay, and same, is there a label for the due? I can already create a label and add this label straight away in the due. Probability. What is the probability that I'm gonna win this due? Okay, then I'm gonna convert this lead maybe into a new client or customer. And here, expected close date. That's a very important field that the Pipedrive has, okay, which is gonna forecast how many deals I'm gonna win in a particular month or quarter. So let's say I can pick a date in here. Let's say that my sales cycle is about 3 months. So I know that by the end of March, I should have this deal concluded. So I can pick the 30th of March. And then there's visible too. We're not gonna like focus on this now. But right on this side in here, because I'm adding a new person, adding a new contact in my database, Pipedrive is gonna ask, what is the phone number of the person? What is the email, person source? And the reason why I opened this tab on the side in here is to show you how I can manage this. So by default, some of those custom fields that Pipedrive has, or default fields, okay, it will be straight away in there, but I can also add more, or let's say remove some, okay? So telephone number, for example, 060479. Email address, for example, info@bsc-conseil.com. Okay, I can change, is there a work number, home number, other, okay, same for person. I can add extra one, like let's say that it's a work one, and I know his personal telephone number. I can also add a second and then choose in here. Okay, but then what's interesting here is that the person source. So the person source is a custom field that we created that I wanted to capture. Where is the source coming from? Okay, and I decided to also add this on the person's category. Okay, and in here I'll have this little list. Okay, is it coming from like a chatbot that I have on my website? Is there a web form? So I can pick straight away when I'm creating the contact and when I'm creating the deal. So everything is going to be registered prior. I go into the contact and I added extra information. So I could just click in here, chatbot. Okay, and then what is the sector of this organization? So is the, you know, I can have a list in here with more sectors. Is the distribution, is there a wholesaler? Let's say BLC is a distribution organization. So why I left this other tab in here is because in the data fields we can control the visibility settings. So we have 4 categories up here, okay, and if I go in my person category, I can see that the person source, it is added view. Okay, if I click on it, it is also select to appear in add lead or add a deal. So if this is marked, I will have that option right here. Okay, and it's the same if I go back in here and I go into organization, the category organization. As you can see, the sector is also ticked. Okay, in there appear in add a lead or add a deal. Okay, and because it's in both. And I could have more. So I could have, let's say, the telephone number of the organization. So if I select this and I save, the next time I would create a new deal or a new contact straight away from here, I would have now the telephone number just under here in the organization section. So that's how we can add stuff in here, or we can remove, okay? And then it would be the same for the deal, okay? We have custom fields for the deal, in this case just type of distribution, and I could add this straight away in here under this list. So I could capture straight away the information before going into my deal. So if I save in here, for instance, I'm gonna go straight in the deal, and then I could add extra things. So once I'm in the deal, we're gonna do like a tour explaining everything about a deal, like, you know, what is the header of the deal, each segment in there. But looking straight away in here, we can see that I have Greg Brown. He works for BLC Conseil in Paris, okay, and then some of the custom fields that I have for my category person and also for my category organization. As we can see, distribution, okay, it's being selected when I was adding this deal, and it's already in there. Something that is really interesting in Pipedrive is, let's say that I have the address in here, and I can just go and do BSC, say Pipedrive works with Google and has the geocode. And if you recognize a company, okay, you can straight away pick that, and it's gonna geolocalize the address of the organization. And that's really interesting because it's gonna create straight away in here a little link. Okay, if I click in there, I'm gonna see exactly where the company is located based on that geolocalization. So it's really, really interesting if I have the address geocoded, okay, because I can have then a map of all the organizations that I have around me. And then let's say that I'm doing a visit to a client, and I can just open my database, have a look in the maps, and have a look at all the organizations that I have around the area. So it's very, very interesting and easy for a rep to visualize that. Okay, so that's something that's really interesting, is to geocode your address for the organization right in there. And then we're gonna see later on the contact as well. Okay, but then we can see Greg Brown in there. I can click on Greg Brown, and then I would go inside of my contact. And here then I could add more. Is Greg Brown a decision maker in the company? If yes, I just click yes. If not, I can just leave blank. And then all those custom fields, I can add more. I can remove some if I want to. If you are an admin user, you can create a custom field straight away from here. Okay, so from the top, add new field, and then let's say that I could create a new a custom field straight away in here. Let's say if it's a partner type of custom field, I could say that, you know, again, a single option. Is this person a partner? Yes. If yes, then I'll add it, and then I'll save it, and then can mark it done. And then now it becomes an extra custom field in the details of my contact. So is Greg Brown a partner? You know, might not be the best example, but we can see how it works. Okay, then save, and that it is. Okay, same for organizations. You know, we can create more, we can change some, but I'm going to be talking about custom fields, why to create them, and how to avoid some mistakes, because so many clients, they create a bunch of custom fields and they don't pay attention to the type of custom field they're going to create, and then eventually it becomes a little messy. Okay, so we're going to talk about this in another video. So for today, that's how we create contacts straight away when we are creating a deal here in Pipedrive. So once we create that, it's going to go in the stage that I decided, and that it is first thing. Then I could like move stage, create an activity, change information about my client, and so on. So on the database, to look at the contact that we just created, if I go in people, and if I change to owner, everyone, you know, I could have a look in my whole database. So Greg Brown is there, BLC Conseil, and that's what I mentioned. If I go organizations, and I wanted to see all the organizations that I have around, okay, if I have everyone selected, I could just click here in those three little dots, and then show on map. So if I have the addresses geocoded, that's how it's going to appear for me, and then I can see where the organizations that I have in my database are located. So then I can, for example, focus in a particular area, okay, and in here I could see that I have a few, and I can just click on them and have a look the name of the organizations, and then I could just click straight away and go inside of the details of a particular organization that I have in my database. Okay, so that's it for today. It's not long. We're gonna see other things in another video, how we create pipelines, how we edit them, and some things that we need to be careful while creating and while customizing your pipeline. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave your comments and don't hesitate to get in touch if you have to. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.